Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn with me, Alpha by Omega, Turkey and the Turkey Plus mod. So, the previous episode was dedicated to us elevating the Halkin Particy, or HP, to the top of the pecking order in Turkey, and we've actually made quite a good progress. They now have 20.1% of all of the votes in Turkey, which is a little bit low, but it is in line with the referendum that we held, and it is in line with the game mechanic that will allow us to nominate HP to form a government. So all we need to do now is get 90 political power, and we will be able to hold the extraordinary elections here and form a new government that will open up the rest of the political tree for us so we can continue down this way. However, a lot of things can still go awry. We have about 60 days ahead of us before we can do that, which is full 2 months. So let's not get too cocky. None of these are actually all that great. Decisions available. Moldova wants to be in NATO. Alright. I'm not gonna attack them for that. Missing equipment production. We are gaining a lot of money, so let us invest it into our economy or into repaying the debt, which is good enough. We need to continue fighting. The mafia. We can do that actually constantly. There is no reason for us to not do that at this point, because we're getting more command power than these anti-mafia operations are consuming, and we can also pay for the police, so it's not an issue. We just need to lower it significantly. Now, once we get the extraordinary elections, we are going to go for unification of the people, and then we are going to go finish the PKK support abroad, and then we are going to fight for Cyprus. But we need to keep an eye on Cyprus, because we might start seeing a little bit of a pressure there, which will eventually lead to them gaining the entire island, and we don't want that. End of the first Ivorian Civil War. Civil war in the Ivorian Popular Front has concluded today as the warring factions have started to settle down. It is of vital importance that the country settles into a new status quo and move towards stability. Peace has finally reigned over the war-torn country. The first Ivorian Civil War has come to its conclusion. The territories grow weaker. Good. Did I say territorist? I meant terrorist. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's very late right now when I'm recording, so I apologize for that, but still, the territorists. I love that. Now, what did I want to check? I wanted to look at the Ivory Coast. They have a tree. They do not. It would be fun if they did, though. I would love that, because Ivory Coast would be one of the nations that I would definitely want to learn more about and play. There might be a submod for that. Not that many nations have, a full focus tree. I know Ethiopia does. I know, of course, South Africa, but not many other. And, of course, the northern ones. But other than that, what can we do? See, this is the thing. I wanted to save the political power to reform the government. And I'm thinking we're gonna actually do this for now, because it is in our best interest to actually get enough power and money to hold the elections as soon as possible. And in the meantime, we are gonna use the cash as a way how to attack the mafia again. Protest strikes are gone. Good. So do you immediately? Yes, you pop up immediately again. Alright, so they're back to 41. PKK launched an attack. Well, there goes that 25 that we just gained. But I can't have the terrorists winning, can I? 40%. That's actually lowering stability, so we'll have to be careful and make the government as high as possible when it comes to the popularity. Mafia assassinates high-ranking official. Tragedy has struck as the Turkish mafia has assassinated a high-ranking official. This will make our party's job much harder than it is, and our opposition are most likely overcome with excitement. Alright, well, MHP is now the most popular party. We are right behind them. I think that you can nominate either one of these two, so let's just still go with it. What happened? Oh, it was the PKK attack, yeah. We paid for that one. I mean, we're almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Yeah, we need more dams. We need more dams, damn it. Okay, can I buy more fuel? Yes, I can. Alright, let me use this opportunity to actually lower the imports. Because I think that with the technology that we're gonna get very soon, in 168 days, we are going to be more than able to hold off. Well, I'm gonna just have to meticulously continue buying the fuel though, because this is gonna be crazy. Total generation, huh? Wish I could put them on overdrive, but I can't. Hey, we got enough. We got 100. I completely... Oh, and we even became more popular now. Nice. Alright, so let's hold the elections. Where are they? Extraordinary elections. Here. Alright, let's go. I really do deeply hope that I understand the system. Okay, we are now again the most popular. As I was saying, I really do hope that I understand it well enough for us to make sure that I'm reading this correctly. Foreign policy debate. Suleiman Soylu faces tough decision about who to attack. Attack the nationalist idiots. That would be MHP, wouldn't it? They lose popularity. 25% chance that the negative attack is gonna fire back. I mean, let's try it. Yeah, that actually boosted us even further. I would really like it if it didn't fire back. That would be great, because, you know, forming a government with JHP would be ideal to have just one coalition partner. We can use Democrat Party as well, but they are fairly weak, and I'm pretty sure that the more parties we have in the government, the higher the chance that it will backfire, and probably more costly when it comes to that. Yes, give me the office sector, give me all of it. Invite controversial speakers to the campaign. No, don't risk it. I'm okay with what we have right now. Did we just finish the office sectors? Because look at that, the total debt dropped significantly. But if we did all at once... Oh yeah, we're starting to feel the pressure. We are starting to feel the pressure, but it's not that bad. But it means that we are getting way more money now, and the GDP has grown also quite significantly. Nice. Hold on, we have GDP per capita 23k now. Can't we get the additional research slot? We can! And I missed that. God damn it. Alright, well. At least I figured that now. I was talking about that for so long and I forgot about it either way. Alright, well, so what's the... Okay, so MHP is now the strongest one. Quite significantly, we shouldn't have done that. Now I don't have any political power to actually attack them again. Okay. Yes, we can put HP as the party that's gonna form the government. Alright. Mafia causes a scene. Alright, let's not cause any problems right now, because we need the political power to actually form the government. But once we're done with that, we can start working on it. So where's the elections? Forming the government. Is it? It should be somewhere in the top. Yes, here. So we have 19.6% and we need 36.3%. So I think we can actually do this with just JHPA, can't we? Welcome aboard. And yes, we formed the government. Since the elections held on 3rd of October 2002, Muhsin Yazidjioglu of HP has been skillful in negotiating a new majority government. Today, on 23rd of September 2003, after a period of intense media speculations, its composition was finally announced at a press conference. This represents a major milestone for Turkey as a new political era dawns. Alright, so we get 100 political power. And please, did I read that correctly? Yes, we can continue. Prepare the new government, which is going to give us stability and support. Because I feel like our party is not very popular at this point. Or is it benchmarked against the election number? I guess it might be benchmarked against the election number. Either way, what we need to do now is I'm going to use this 103 political power to unite Turkey, cause the sectarian woes. It's going to take a while, but we can take that. And once this one closes, we're going to get 20 extra stability. So we'll be back to 40, and we'll gain a little bit of... No, nothing, just the stability. And war support, of course, but that's that. Turkish election. We are now non-aligned. Yeah, it's a benchmark against the election day. Renowned leader Kemal Dervish joins Technocratic Party as they expand into Turkey. Didn't we have this one? Hold on, what is this? In a significant political development, the Technocratic Party, also known as the Halkın Partisi, has officially launched its operations in Turkey, accompanied by the high-profile addition of Kemal Dervish. Is it Dervish or Dervish? I keep reading as Dervish, but it's Dervish to its ranks. Dervish, a respected political leader and former prominent member of the Republican People's Party, CHP, announced his decision to join HP, citing alignment with the party's vision for progressive governance. We had this one before. Yeah. Okay, so along with Kudre Özersay, or we get Kemal Dervish, which will lower interest rate, make economic cycle upgrade cheaper. Alright, so there's really no reason not to do that, because that lowered our interest rate even further, didn't it? Or it needs to recalculate. Kemal Dervish. Nice. So now we will start increasing the popularity, will it? No. Create new big-minded parties. Okay, we can actually get this 200 political power and spend 100 on increasing support. So that is not at all an issue. And we're gonna get 5 from here, 3 from here, that's 8. Oh snap, this one is really bad. But we'll see. So did you lower the... or did you not? I think it needs to recalculate. Yes! Oh my god, yes! So the debt has dropped. Or I mean, the debt hasn't dropped, but the interest rate has dropped significantly. So we're now making way more money. Well, we have to launch the counterattack. There really is no other way for us. But this means that we will be able to keep repaying the debt. How's the protests though? 55, we're gonna get something soon. But I should be able to see... oh yes, the unemployment dropped significantly. 12.7. The corruption, yeah, and corporate income is just skyrocketing. Why I'm talking about this is that 1.4, yeah, it still would be 3 billion though. I would be really happy to bump the stability up to the pensions. The issue is that it's just so expensive. It's linked to your welfare. So you basically pay... The higher the unemployment, the more you pay. Oh god, we get another building finished, and that means we are starting to see, yeah, effect is really not good, but so far it's still good. So far it's still better than going down on the power level. Now why the hell? Oh no, we got it. All right, 1st of November. It is worth having them. And these are much cheaper, the power plants. We'll need another one. Come on. We need to build at least 2 more, if not more. Oh my god, 4 more. But I think this might trigger us to go to growth, because this is really good. Productivity, yeah, we are not getting ahead, really. But what can we do? What can we do? And we need to make our party a little bit more popular. Alright, so construction 3 is done. What now? We could go with another level of excavation, but I think we need the energy. So what can we get? Power generation and fuel consumption. All sources of power use multiplier. Okay, it's a question of which one of these is better. I don't think we have any photovoltaics, to be quite honest. What are we getting our power from? Fossil fuels. Alright, so it is definitely the best choice for us to boost fossil fuels power generation. It's gonna solve the issue, and also it's gonna lower the consumption of fuel. Plus we're getting 20% extra fuel from the improved fuel refining. They were really not close enough for this though. I forgot to buy the fuel, so I wish that there was a trigger here that could just make it for you, because I keep forgetting. Okay, keep repaying the debt. Can you attack the mafia? Or did I forget about that one? Yeah, I can. So let's do that. We need to get them as slow as possible. Prepare the new government. Alright, I mean, the situation is starting to look much better. The steps we took are dramatic, but as you can see, they are having a significant effect on the prosperity of our nation. So we just need to continue with these, and we'll see how it's gonna go. I think we're gonna finish the civilian. This is our first, literally the first construction that we have finished of the civilian industry. Alright, with that said, can I get rid of you? So we get one more. Yes, so we can actually save a little bit of money. So how long will that take? About half a year. How many more would I need to lease to get to 6? 3. Alright, it's hardly worth it. Civil war in Afghanistan quiets down. It's 1.3 now. Let's repay that. And we are, for the time being, gonna start importing a little bit more fuel again. Because we need to make sure that once we get the technology, we will be fine. But until then, the issue is real. And also the lack of energy is real, Jesus Christ. It's still not that bad. Could we never really checked if there is. Nope. Nope. There is nothing here. Alright, I thought that we might lose some energy, but we won't be able to. Never mind then. Swiss election. Western outlook still. Civil war in Afghanistan quiets down. The Afghani government has declared victory of the Taliban. Oh my god. The majority of strongest outposts and cities have been cleared of their presence, and most of what fighters remain have escaped across the border into Pakistan. Though the Taliban are reduced to only a few pockets and cells, the insurgency is projected to last for many years to come, albeit at lower levels. The victory has shown the effectiveness of the rebuilt Afghani army and the resolve of the Afghani government. Interesting. So yes, we'll take the next offer. Yes, we're gonna launch the counter-attack. But yeah, the interest rate is under control. And we're actually making enough money. The GDP 3.1. Still, really? I think it's not recalculated properly. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I mean, we're still gonna get 2 more. Explosion rocks a commercial center. Oh no. Fingers are being pointed at the mafia today as the police suspects they were behind a bombing attack at a large commercial center. Their goal is unknown, but one thing is for certain: they are causing a lot of problems for the government. Man, we need to... I mean, this is the war on mafia, really. Taking place. Thank God we lost 1 and we will get 2, so it's not a major issue, but Jesus Christ, they're ruthless. Large weapon cache discovered. Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? But no, we're actually, for that bombing, we're coming after you, no matter the cost. No matter the cost. Yeah, they're pushing their agenda. Nice. From now on, we're just coming after you every single day. Every single day. So, hold on. What are we getting? 149 days until the people are united. 29 days until the anti-mafia operation is concluded. Stabilization here is happening, and we're just floundering otherwise. Well, we're doing what we can. Can I buy more fuel? Yes, I can. How about we do it? And because we're importing more fuel. You are relegated to September. But yeah, 10% means we're gonna get 5.2, which at this point would be enough to make everything work for us. Yeah, we don't have enough energy, man. It's not great. So I guess one of those research slots. When will you be done? In progress. Our location spending is modified 4%. Once it completes, it just doesn't tell me though. No, we'll see. But one of these slots is gonna definitely be dedicated just to energy. So we'll have 4 on economy right now, 1 on the tanks, 1 on energy, and the last one, the one that we're getting next, I guess we're gonna start putting it on. We could put it on infantry. We need to read these events. Done. Yeah, I think infantry is a good choice. Or, and that's also not a bad idea, navy. No, let's put it on infantry. And the next one is going to be on navy, and the next one is going to be on air force. Sounds about right. So, Qaboos bin Said Al Said condemns Iranian aggression. Recent events have seen Iran dramatically increase its involvement in the Middle East following a notable increase in regional instability. While Iran has maintained that its activities are defensive and not hostile in nature, Oman, among others, have viewed these activities with increasing concern, culminating today in a strongly worded rebuke of Iran's foreign policy. Alright, and Saddam Hussein was captured. US forces today captured a bearded and haggard-looking Saddam Hussein in an underground hideout on a farm near his hometown, Tikrit. The arrest comes within months after the US troops swept through the Iraqi through the Iraqi capital, and brings an end to one of the most intensive manhunts in history. In a televised address this afternoon, the US President Al Gore said that Saddam will face the justice he denied to millions. He said that the former Iraqi leader's arrest marks the end of the road for him and all who believed and killed in his name. However, the president also cautioned that it does not mean the end of the violence in Iraq. Alright, we just gained the extra slot. So what do we want to gain here? Modern support weapons would be good. Special forces or the camouflage. Multi-scale camouflage, that one sounds best because it boosts defense of all of our infantry units. Multi-scale camouflage improves the ballistic camouflage by applying a range of scales to the color patterns of the uniforms. This mixes smaller colored areas and a background color in a fractal-like pattern. This mimics the color schemes of nature, making the camouflage more effective in multiple environments and at varying ranges. You guys got... Yes, no, you don't have any traits. Alright, but you're gonna be good for this, nonetheless. Look at us doing stuff. So actually, because we are now more popular, we're getting more political power and ideology. Somehow we became more popular and we're gonna be even more popular. So stability is gonna bump up to 26. And because of the extra popularity, we're gonna get even more stability. Alright, I'm behind. I can get behind that. Now, did we finish the anti-mafia operation? No, one more day. Pretty good. 49, 47. Gonna continue with that. Gonna continue repaying. The fuel, how's the research? 27 days, 4 days to the large scale printing. Still not. Oh god, this one's gonna come at us like a truck full of anvils. Yeah, we have quarterly increase in GDP of 13%. I would expect it to bump our economy a little bit. But no, that would be too much to want. Alright, so we've prepared a new government. The great pain of the war. Alright, no idea what that one does. But I'll take it. HP is now 25.6. We have 45.2 popularity, extra stability. Okay, large scale 3D printing is done. And that means all of these are ahead of time. We're about 2 years ahead of time, which actually I think would be good for this one. Because we can lower the amount of energy we need for the office centers and civilian industry, and we're boosting the power. So let's do this one. Integrating some rudimentary algorithms into thermostats and control systems, efficiency can be further improved, allowing some additional energy savings. And boy, do we need that. PKK launched an attack. We're gonna launch a counter-attack. Unemployment is only 6.7% at this point. Alrighty, it's actually amazing. I think we should see that the welfare is gonna be that much cheaper. It was 4.3 billion. It's still 4.3 billion, but I was like 4.45. I just cannot do that. But once we increase our productivity enough and clear the is that not the effects? Nope. Alright, well, clear out the corruption. That's gonna give us additional, what is it, -8? Yeah, extra 8% income. I mean, the 8% is not going to be enough, but it's going to get us very close to being able to do that. I would probably really like to first turn up the education and the healthcare. Healthcare, yeah, we could do the healthcare now. Which might not be a bad idea, because we need more population, and this would be a definite upgrade. We are doing so good on money, and I really first want to lower the debt. Technocratic government, you know? Priorities. Alright, and I really need to address this one, because it's getting a little bit critical. So I can actually start with this immediately. Yes, get me another office sector. 4 more. Yeah, we'll have 0 unemployment very soon. Come on, 14.6. That has to be enough for us to get stable growth. Could it not? Extra stability. Extra construction speed, extra productivity growth. I need it. That one would be amazing. That would bump us quite a lot. I mean, we're already doing pretty good, but not good enough. Alright, excavation 1. We buy more fuel. Let me kill these imports a little bit, which is gonna make the fuel storage super mad. For population, You are also ahead of time, so are you, so are you. Factory output, reset speed. How long would you take? 329 days, it's actually perfect. Alright, let's get the CRISPR. CRISPR is a gene editing technique primarily used for cancer patients and R&D as a method of targeting and killing a patient's cancer, which is going to boost our population growth. Yeah, we're quickly approaching the point where we need more people so that we can actually continue growing the economy, but there is a technology for that as well. It's, I think, here, one of these. No, this one? No. All sources, fuel. Dang it, which one is that? Battery parks. There's definitely one that does that. Workers needed. Well, there is one that actually significantly lowers the amount of people you need, but I think I cannot see it here anywhere. Power consumption. Huh. Oh, it wasn't here? Nope, I guess not. Alright, then we can set more ships for upgrades because the original batch has been finished. Wait, where's the Navy, guys? Is it Tepe? Yes, Tepe. Go, go, go. And I'm gonna end this episode once we get the fuel in 15 days because I want to see what the effect is gonna be. This is a bit of a longer episode, but some of the ones I recorded recently were a bit shorter, so just indulge me. Can buy more fuel. Income is increasing slightly. 13.6, come on. Bump up the economy. Modified productivity. Oh, this is really good. Economic boom. We need that one. Unfortunately, we can't get it at this point. But the government is popular. Mafia causes a scene. Well, let's make them regret that. No more Mr. Nice Guys. We've achieved what we wanted. And we will use... Oh, come on! Another one! Jesus Christ. We lost another office center. Okay, for the 6, we cannot get rid of them soon enough. That's crazy. They've already bombed 2 of them. But I guess in essence, I'm happy that they're bombing the places and not our government officials. Alright, so we can get these ones. Population. Well, we'll need excavation too, so let's get that one. Cool, cool, cool. So let's see how this is gonna change. Very nicely. 460. That is actually perfect. Because with each fuel we will purchase, we're gonna be doing much, much better. How's this though? Not great, but still not worth going down. Alright, so let's end the episode here. Next one, We're gonna finish the great pain from the war, gonna continue through the chain, gonna continue fighting the good fight. We need political power though, so once this one is done, probably gonna go with the mechanism, because it's gonna give us stability, political power, and actual political power. So what do you do? You will as well, but you will remove the corruption, so this is actually the best way to go, and then go here. Cool. And we'll just figure out how to progress from there. I can't honestly wait for the economy to be modified. Foreign policy. It's this one. Yes, this is the one that we actually do want. Civilian, military, civilian, military. Oh, this one is really good. Civilian, civilian. Yeah, we'll need to go through this one first, because that's gonna give us civilian. Move industries to Istanbul. This one is also good. Yeah, we'll have to finish this one to jumpstart the economy. These are just office sectors. These are infrastructures. That's actually pretty good. Airports. Yeah, this is going to be our priority. And high technology administration. Space age. COVID. So wait, what do you guys give me when that one is? Stability. Economic review budget. I'm also getting civilian industry from these ones. We'll have to make a decision between these two eventually. Cool. Anyway, as I said, thank you very much. See you in the next one with Turkey and HP.